All right, welcome in everybody. It is Monday, February 1st, 2021. So the market was down for the month of January, 1.11%. How did we do? Well, it depends on how you look at it, right? I'm always an optimist. So, I got together on Friday. It was looking pretty good, but we started looking worse after we entered our net lick, down 1.22% for the week. So we pretty much just mimicked the S&P 500. So I would call that a lose for the good team, but we're just fine because we know where our extrinsic value is. Let's see how our projections were going. Our projections were really horrible too, because remember what we did on Friday is we rolled the Goldman Sachs positions, right? So we took a loss on those. That hurt our realized profits for the year. And so a projected yearly return of 3.37. Stick a finger in my throat and barf. But remember, I told you, this is fun. We always just kind of watch this, kind of make sure that we're on our game. So premium capture on closed trades is 1.69%. So the market, what it did last week, was the worst down day or worst down week that we've had since October, right? So all is well. We're still doing good. So hey there, Drew, Semper Fi, Dimitri, Dwayne, Rick, Matt, James. Good to see all of you. Glad that y'all doing good. And let's get it kicked off. Now remember, it says day complete. Why does it say that? Well, that's because I've got to fix that. That means we hadn't sold anything. So let me open up my Thinkorswim and let's record our net lick for the day. We're starting February in a good way. The net lick today is, let's see, let me move to my third screen. And y'all, it was a weekend of taxes. That's about all I did over the weekend. Oh. K1s, business returns. It was something. So let's record our net lick for the day. Glad to have January behind us. Sounded like James was going up the stairs. I muted him. All right, so the net lick for today is 48,430.06. And since I've got all my tax stuff pulled up, I don't think I have even my Jeffersons pulled up. Doggone it! But that's good. Look, we're up. Now we're up $401 for the day. All right. So, and we know when we experience these the daily profit of negative 765, down 464, down 559, we saw that the positions were perfectly safe. What happens is volatility comes in. Those options get juicier that we've already sold that are short, right? So the volatility now comes out a little bit, right? And that means our option prices go down and it all kind of comes back into line. So that was the biggest, I think the biggest thing when I started, it was like, man, it's just terrible. I see my net lick do this, my net lick do that, and I would freak out. And I would start closing positions at losses. And I think that was the big rookie mistake that I did, y'all, is I would start closing things and panicking at losses until I started evaluating the individual trades and go, hey, wait a minute, that trade is absolutely positively safe. So don't freak out too much. Now, let's see, our deltas are negative 1436. Let's go put that in. Negative 1436. Looking good. What is our sweet, sweet theta? $83.81. That's going to be a win, isn't it? 83.81. And that nasty Vega is negative 22891. And how much buying power are we using? That's the big question. How am I doing there? We are using 19,350.48. 19,350.48. Hopefully we're good. 19,350.48. All right. So we are using 39.96. We'll go to the Action tab, and it'll tell us if we need to do anything with our buying power. Do I need to adjust my buying power? It says no. So that must mean something about VIX. Let's go look and see what VIX is today. If I'm at 39% and I don't need to make a change, what is VIX doing? Is it still up there? Yeah. So VIX is over 30, so we can use up to 40% of our buying power. So we're still good, right? Even though VIX is down for the day, and most likely we'll go back into the 20s pretty soon. But that's how you kind of keep up with all that, right? So, looks like I need to sell $375 worth of stuff today. And all looks well. I love it when the spreadsheet actually works, you know, when everything is pulling in right, there's no errors. So everything looks good there. And remember, it's February, so we're going to have to draw all of our big green monsters. So let's go and see if there's any positions in particular that we need to close. Let's go to our equities tab, see if we're getting any. Oh man, I forgot to record my DraftKings position the other day because it did close. Let me do that real quick, because I will forget it. Orders all for the last 30 days. Silver expired. DraftKings. Here we go. It closed on 129 at 80 cents. So let's get her in there. I can pull this out. Oh man, I wish it hadn't closed because now I could close it for 56 cents, right? But I forgot that. When we were in class together on Friday, I just left that order in there. Remember, I was taking off risk. So current day price, I closed it at 80. All right, we got a $31.90 profit on that. And I forget why we closed it though. Why did I have that order in? Looks like I should have left it. I don't know why. 29.21. Anyway, I'll put other. But I'm thinking we had a Tasty Trade Optimum close at the time. But remember, I had to work that order for some reason. So we got out of DraftKings, even though we still own stock. All right. We got Mucho, 5 shares of stock. So let's change that green. Wrong green. That's the green I used. There. All right, so we're out of DraftKings now. Let's see if we're getting any closing signals on anything else. 30% closing signal. And then remember, we are getting some Tasty Trade Optimum closes here. Let's see what those are on. One's only at 15%, 15%, and one's at 35%. So I probably would not close the 15% because, you know, one of the things after the first month of our trading for the year, one thing that I'm seeing is that I need to let my winners run just a wee little bit, right? So the XLE trade was a short call, and I thought we did that in response to having a short put. I thought we did that in defense. Was I wrong? Or did I just say? Yeah, here it is. Okay, so what's the short put at? Short put's at a negative 107, so that's good. We did that as defense. So let's see what the entire position is down. Yeah, if I look at my first month, I go, you know what? I've really XLE, the entire position is down 32%. So we're fine. Up 25.50 for the day. What else do we have? Silver is at 48% because those Wall Street bettors are bumping up silver. But see, I mean, we got such a small credit on that anyway, right? So we're up 12.50 on that. VIX is down. We know because we're losing money, right? Goldman Sachs. Wow, that's good. It's working good now. So that entire position's up 190 on the open, but we rolled that trade. So what do we got to recoup on that one for us to close that? Let's look at that quickly. Goldman Sachs. Short put, and there's the call. So on the put, we lost. Hold on. Don't go down on me, baby. Come back. Is my eyes foggy or is my screen doing something? Okay, here we go. This thing is a behemoth of stuff, isn't it? So Goldman Sachs, we're down 309 on that one, and is this the other one, 64? So we're not in a position yet to close that, but that one's coming back, right? That one's doing good for us. All right, anything else that we need to look at? Goldman Sachs doing good. Gold trade is down a bit. EWW down 58. That's the one that we rolled out, I think. No, we just got to put on that, 46 days. Okay, we're good on that. All right, so let's look at our little micro trade, see if anything's at 50% that we need to close, right? We got them up to 42, 40, 38, 38, 36, 17, 20, down 50, some of our puts there. Our calls, that was at 49% there. So, as I'm looking at things, you got to make a decision on your entire portfolio. I think more corrections are coming, right, in this year. So if I close any of my calls, I'm going to give up some of my short deltas now, and none of those are at a 50% profit. So, on a good down day, some of those may be up, 60, 70, 80% profit. So I think I'm going to not close those because I like having negative deltas. I just am worried in February that something is going to go awry, right? Just got my druthers about it. So I think we look good there. Are there any puts that we could close for any bit of profit? Not at all, right? Not at all. All right. So I think we're looking good there. But I do like to double check it in the spreadsheet too, just to see if we're getting any signals there. So we go to the macros. 30% profit closes. Any Tasty Trade Optimum closes. I mean, there are some, right? But again, these are on my calls. Well, that one looks like it's on a put, doesn't it? What is that one on? Short put that's actually making money? Let's see which one that is. The 3100 put is up money. Is that right? Let's see if we've got a 3100 put. 31, here it is. Yeah. That one is the one we put on the other day. So, see, this is one of the things that you could go, well, look, if I want more negative deltas, then I could close that put, go ahead and take my, what does it say, $68 of profit, and get out of that one. Let me look at it again. So that's why it's always good to go back to your spreadsheet, right? And just look on that. So that is a profit of 60, and we just put that one on Friday. And you mean we've already got $65 profit? That's why we're getting the good little close signal there. So do I want more negative deltas? That's the key. Market's up today. Do I want more negative deltas? Yes, I do. So let's close that one. 3100 put, take our profits, create closing order. See, and on Friday when the market was down big and we were down, you know, a bunch, what did we do? We sold a put. And guys, you guys are scared to do that, right? Not scared to take that chance. When the market's down, that's some of the hardest times to sell puts, but that's when we do it. So let's go record our little trade. Yep. So we sold that one at 22. But I'm gonna type it in, right? Because I don't want I want to override the formula in there, and we want to take out the name of our option, like that. Take our 65 bucks, come over here, and exit. Close. Get on the right line. It is 2/1/21. And so then we'll call this a Tasty Trade Optimum Close. So it'll keep up with our stats. There we go. There we go. Always like taking profits. So then when we get our weekly premium, there we go. So our number increased there. Again, don't get too worked out about this, because remember, some of these are rolling trades that the way I have them in my spreadsheet count as losses, and that's why that's down low there. No problem at all. So let's go back. So now that should give us a little more negative deltas. Let's see, what were we before? Negative 18. So now we are negative 20. Looking good. Life is good. All right. My friend just texted me. He said, wow, you just turned into the worst conversationalist ever. Are you on drugs? No, I am, but on, you know, things prescribed by my doctor, but nothing besides that. All right, so let's go and look at our main little deal. We need to draw something, don't we, we need to draw something on our macros. And you wanted me to draw a free sale as well, right? So let's go type in our E-minis and see what our new month looks like. Do we think we're gonna crash? Do we think we're gonna, you know, keep going up? So here's our chart that we had that is no longer relevant. So we're gonna right click and remove. So this is the month of January. This is what we've started out in. Look at that big move already, right? Almost over half of what we had in the whole month of January. And that's why I say, you know, it wouldn't surprise me if we're going to get a big little drop coming at some point. So we're going to be ready for it. So let's draw our little thingy. Right click, edit. High and the low are 3862.25. 3862.25. And the low is 3652.50. 3652.5. Hit OK. Okie dokie. So we need to get our little extension. And we're going to draw. Here's one that's close, Matt. You know, but we're going to draw it. We'll draw from the 50 to the middle of the green and then to the 0. Man, I got that one right on it. Got to pull this down a little bit because now we're going to move the 0 up to the 200 line. And you guys were making some comments about how it's surprising how well the Green Monster does. I mean, it truly is. I wish I knew, and I wish I could explain it to you why it works. If you ever hear of market profile, it's a variation of market profile. Then we're going to take the 0 and bring it up to where we started the extension, right there. All I know is it was taught to me And I started calling it voodoo because I was like, oh, how does that work? That's some weird crap, man. Weird crap. So let's remove that. So now we're going to edit, and we'll call this Jan for Feb because we use January prices to project February prices, right? We're just forecasting. It's not a, it's a tool that helps us. January for February. And we make the thing green. I really thought about doing a 0 DTE trade today, but I didn't. So now let's look at this. Let's look at this on our volume profile. Drawing the green monster, y'all. I love it. Let's see what the E-minis look like with our green monster and our volume profile. Let me get rid of some of my drawings. You saw on Friday, I was really watching this booger all day. And drew some Fibonacci fans that kind of helped me to see things. Remove drawing, get all this cleaned out. What is that? That's that day, I guess it just went. All right, so what do we see here? Where's my epic pen? Here we go. So I can draw. Yeah, I mean, this is so cool, y'all. So cool. What we see is that price, let's look at volume profile. The last 10 days, here's where we've been. So you can see we've had a pretty good size little downward move, but what's it doing? It's now at 1 standard deviation below. And she is heading back into this area. And if we look at it on a, here's my little pen, let me grab it. Come here, little epic pen. A lot of stuff happened to my computer over the weekend. But once I got into my tax stuff, man, I was just a beast, baby. I mean, I was all over it. Here's my pen. There you are, baby. So now it looks like we're popping back up into this area, doesn't it? And look how cool. Our 50% fair value line is almost in line with volume profile as well, right? So where is price now? Well, it went into, in this area here, it went into a new fair value area, didn't it? Right here. Then it went into a period of being overbought. This is the overbought area for this fair value range. And where's price now? Price is now at oversold. So it looks like we're saying price is oversold for this value area. And it would not surprise us to see price go right back into there. Awesome analysis. And you guys are using it, and that's what I love. So let's see if we can pull up our trading view and see how it looks. And you know, it was kind of cool the other day when we looked at it. Yeah, let me pull this over. Look at there. That's the E-minis. It corrected a little bit too much, but it got back into our little channel. Stayed in our channel, went down, stayed in the middle, went down, tested the outer bounds of our channel. Now what's it doing? It's right back in. So even though we've had some big moves, everything really looks consistent. So why am I saying I think we might see a big wham down to here, right? It just wouldn't surprise me. Let's draw a yellow line there. Let's see what we see. Do you kind of see what I see? Do you see what I see? Hold on. Make sure I'm drawing it here. Trend line. Let's see. You look at a line about right there. See that? Let me clone that. And again, I am no chartist. I don't know how to draw these lines. I got a friend that's really good at them. Let me just draw up to here. Isn't that cool? So I'm seeing a little bit of support right here. See that around that area? So if we were going to drop, you know, maybe down to the 3,200, but that's a guess, right? And this one really has no meaning. I just wanted to see something there. Let me actually move that one off. Remove. Just looking, guys, at what possibly could happen. But right now, we're still in our little upward channel, aren't we? Still in our upward channel. But we've got COVID news out there, you know, that the different variations may be worse. Man, I don't know about y'all's area, but we got people, you know, dropping like flies, you know, friends that you've known for years that, you know, are dying with COVID. I mean, it's just it's terrible. And everybody's trying to get the vaccine, and the other half is worried about the vaccine. So it's, yeah, some uncomfortable times. Then you've got the new administration, you know, talking about maybe hitting us Wall Street types. And yeah, we're Wall Street types, right? That's what we do. With, you know, transaction taxes and fees that will only hurt liquidity. And anytime you see that, man, I just hate that. So hopefully we don't see anything of that nature. But, you know, there's some uncertainty. So I'm always kind of looking at what could happen. And that's why I always, now you saw for a couple of days, we carried some positive deltas. But for the most part, I always carry just a little bit of negative deltas. Now, I don't carry as much negative deltas as Tom and Tony on Tasty Trade. Ask me why. Because I got tired of just losing month after month after month, right? So I finally said I wanted to go a little bit more to be delta neutral, which is what I am today. And that's what this little yellow column out here tells you, right? No adjustment. So in the whole year that we've been trading together, there's never been a day where I've not been delta neutral, even with a little bit of negative deltas. Okay? So what are we going to do today, y'all? What are we going to do today? Well, the one thing I want to do is I did close a put, and I closed him for a profit. I told you I don't mind having negative deltas, but at the same time, I see this and I go, well, we're going back on up into here, right? So you don't want to be hurt on the call side. But we also bought a put in SPY. Remember that? As insurance. Let's see, and that little thing is not doing well, but that's fine because we sell stuff against that, right? We sell stuff against that to pay for that. We're down 20 negative deltas there, and I'm going to put on an E-mini micro trade. It's just what I do. Now, what I want to do. Now, here's the cool thing. We are finished in the 46-day area. We are done, y'all. All those trades are done, and it's just a matter of time for us to work those and to close those out. So we've got several positions in the micros. You see we're spread out anywhere. Our closest one is only at a, 20 delta? So we're looking really, really good there. How close are we on the call side? Our closest on the call side is at a 12 delta, 11 delta. Man, I mean, we could not get any more perfect than where we are now. Again, and in fact, I could take off all of this risk, right? All of these were pretty much at a profit, but I don't want to do that yet. 46 days, let's let them work. And you'll notice today, your spreadsheet is smart enough that it says, where should you sell? 15 deltas on the puts and the calls, and it's saying what expiration? Wait a minute, it's still saying 46, isn't it? Still saying 46. I thought we were finished with that. I'm going to go with it then, but I thought it would pull up. Let's see, why is that not pulling up the 60s? May do it after it gets down to 45, so it may be the next day or two that we're finished with the 46s. But I swear, I thought I had that fixed to sell in the 60 days once the 60 became available. No big deal. I'm going to go with my spreadsheet. I'm going to sell a 46. What am I going to sell? Probably going to sell me about a... Now again, I'm kind of worried that we might have a drop, right? So I don't want to go too far in. But I'm thinking I may do about a 10 delta. So I'm going against the recommendation on my thingy here. So I may sell a 10 delta. That's an 8 delta. When we say deltas, we're talking probability of being in the money. So let's do that one. 20.50. Let's see if we can get 20.75 out of it. Come on, little baby. Pop on up, baby. And then I'll show you what we're going to do on the call side. 20.75. See if we get a feel. And again, I don't know why Thinkorswim does that. Oh, man. Come on. One working order. Hey, I think it went in. Yep. Heard my phone beep. All right, so let's go put that one in. That was the 30.80 put. Again, market direction becomes irrelevant if you ladder in trades, and that's what we do. Ladder them in. So let's go find our 30.80. Here she is. We'll right click anywhere on it, copy that. Go to our spreadsheet. Go to the micros. Johnny one lot, that's fine. And again, if you don't have as much premium to sell as me, guys, you can, you may only be selling these once a week, right? You don't have to be doing it every day. So that was a 30.80 put. Control V for victory. So we showed the short put. And we did the 10 delta. And then I'll show you what we're going to do on our call. And we did that at 46 days to expiration on 2/1. And we sold that puppy for $20.75. And brought in a nice credit of $102. And again, it's not pulling it up right. Dag it. So Rick is the one, I think, that told us to do the XCME at the end of it. Colon XCME. And that'll make it pull up right. Let's see if that works. Come on. Yeah. So we took in $102. And that will be shown on our weekly premium tab too, right? So now, day complete. Why is that showing day complete? Sum of H. I hadn't sold $375 today. I've only done. Why is it saying that? Now I'm really spooked out about my spreadsheet. I thought it would go to 60 days. Hold on a minute. Let me look real quick. Like, what is going on? Micros, day complete. So it's actually acting like I didn't sell anything today. Hold on. Well, no wonder. So anytime you have an error, it's normally a human error. I put in 2/1/20. It's 2/1/21, you fat slob. All right, here we go. Now that should record our 102. Let's go there on weekly premium. There we go. So we've got $273 left of premium to go. So I told you that I'm kind of leaning in a bearish tilt, right? So I sold, hopefully this will make a lot of sense to you. So I sold the 10 delta put. Now I'm going to sell a closer to the money call as far as deltas go. I'm going to sell a 15 delta call. So if you sell a 10 delta put and a 15 delta call, that's giving you a little bit of short delta. Any questions about that? I want to make sure that's just obviously clear to you. So if we sell something now that's a little closer on the call side, go up to a 15% probability of being in the money. Where do I want it? Do I want it here or here? I'm going to take it here. Sell the 18th. Look at the how wide the spreads are here. So 1975. I'm gonna try 20 because I'm a greedy son of a gun. Let's do it. Let's do it. Let's do it. Let's do it. I think I got filled. Yes, I did. So I'm gonna copy. See, and then look, Thinkorswim is crazy, man. It goes down to the 32 days and closes that out. Why does it do that? So we just sold the other one. Let's see. There she is. Gonna right click, copy that. Macros. Open up. I hate the little wheelie thing. Come on. Let's record our premium. Come on, little feller. All right, here we go. Macros. Sold one. What do we sell? We sold the 4010 call. We will control V for victory. And we're going to put our XCME in there. Short call. And we did the 15 delta on that, or close enough. At 46 days out. 2/1/21. All right, and we did that for $20, which means we brought in $98.53 for that option. So how are we looking in our weekly premium? We still got to sell $174 worth of premium for the day. Now here's the thing, guys. You can do it all in the micros if that's what you want, or you can get your premium somewhere else, right? You can get it wherever you want it. It's up to you. So I've sold 201 for the day. I'm 10% ready on the week. $1,676 left for the month. All right, now let's see what our little deltas are. You are learning to manage a portfolio by the Greeks. And indeed, you remember we were down what? Negative 20, or was it 22? Now we're negative 24. All is looking well. And again, I like using the Analyze tab to look at my macros trades as well, right? Make sure they're all safe. So let's pull those up. Recent MES. We're all in one expiration. We're all in that 46. So we pull it up here, and indeed, things are looking mighty, mighty good. So you see here, the risk is really here. See, the daily risk is here to the downside. But look, I'm in profit a lot farther at expiration. That's the little bluish teal line. And you'll look down here to see what your profit would be at expiration. Here's what it would be today, right? So today, we're down on the entire position, so we're up on the day. But you can see if price were to stay here, we're up $1,310, right, at expiration for all of those. So we're not going to let them all go to expiration. We're going to manage these things. But we are going to take a good bit of that $1,300 in profit. This little red here is your break even to the top, to where you would start losing money at expiration. And that's at the 4108. Your downside break even is at the 3425, right? So all we're doing is playing this little game of keeping the little flag. Now we don't have a cute little flag like we do in the Tasty Works, but this is it's fine. It shows us what's happening, right? Now once I start adding the other expiration, I would add expiration to expirations, right? Because if we start selling in that 60-day, but as you can see, it's not changing anything now because we only have options in our micros of that one expiration. I also have been looking at Goldman Sachs. Let's see, our Goldman Sachs trade. GS. Come on, baby. GS, Goldman Sachs. See how Goldman Sachs looks. Well, it looks exactly the same, doesn't it? No wonder it is the same. Come on. Change, baby, change. Thinkorswim's been a little buggy today. Hey, I heard some people talking on Facebook today that that TOS was really giving some trouble early this morning. I didn't notice anything. I was just looking at prices and not putting trades in. But why is it not changing the graph? Sometimes when it does that, you may want to change to different things. You know, change to date. Now let's go back to, yeah, that's right there. So let's go to expiration 1 now. All right, here's our, okay, so now it's kind of working the same thing. So Goldman Sachs looks good, y'all. Look at this. So Goldman Sachs, if it were to stop right here, we got a $995 profit. That'll take care of those losses that we rolled, right? Okay, good. I like that. All right, any trade ideas, anything y'all want me to look at? Anything at all? Matt, you still want me to look at fuel cell?
Yeah, sure.
Okay. What have you got something on in it now? What do you got?
I still have those covered calls.
Covered calls? All right, let's look at it. FCEL, right?
Yep.
All right, let's look at this little puppy. All of our green monsters we spent so much time on are now gone. So here's our, wow, that did a lot of work there, didn't it? So here's our January. So now let's draw it real quick like. From the low to the high. Then we get it precise by right clicking, edit properties. And we're going to do the high and the low. So the high was 25. And the low was 10.3. Uh-oh, I got to fix my bottom one there. 10.3 was it? Let's make sure. 10.13, sorry. 10.13. High was 25. There we go. Hit OK. Now this is one, you know, that Matt had talked about. Normally if it's touching, you know, or close, you don't have to redraw it. But I mean, there is some space there. So what we're doing is basically projecting that out twice this distance. So that's not far. So take twice the distance of the middle of that to that. That's what we're projecting out. But I'll go ahead and draw it. When in doubt, draw it. If you ever have a doubt, draw it. So we're going to go to the 50 to the middle. So that's a short little distance. And then we're going to project that out 2 times. Then take her down to the 100. Right there. Then we're going to, oh man, that's a 200 there, isn't it? Let me look. Come on, let me see it. Make sure I'm drawing it to the right thing. I'm pretty sure that's the 200 right there. So then we're going to take the 100, activate this, down to the 200. Come on, little baby. Down to the 200. Right there. And then we're going to take the 0 down to the start of where we started that little extension at the top of that red. Right there. Hit the escape key. Then we can delete this. Edit. Jan for Feb. Make her green. Now let's look at it on the volume profile chart. FCEL. See if we can see how Matt's going to do on his little covered call. Well, what do we see here? You are at fair value, my friend. You are at fair value. So, if you look at volume profile, we wouldn't be surprised to see volume go back to where it was dominant for the last 10 days, right? You wouldn't be surprised to see that. But at the same time, it is in its fair value butt range right here. Right? This would be an area of being oversold, overbought, and another fair range down here, right? So, you know, if I'm looking at doing anything, what am I doing? I'm probably a little, and look at this, look how cool this is. It's almost like the thing says, hey, wait a minute, you know, let's bang our head up here. Hold on a minute. We are overbought here. And it's almost as if price says, hey, we're going to come down so we won't stay in that overbought area. I mean, it's really an amazing tool, y'all. I hope you're figuring out this voodoo stuff and realizing it's kind of cool stuff. So let's take that off. Let's look at our linear regression channel. Linear regression. FCEL. How we looking? And even look at our linear regression. Man, this thing was a nobody until somebody started pumping it and pumping it and pumping it back to the center. Whoa, we're getting out of our little channel. Got to get back in. Now we're back in the channel. But you're still going up. You know, that's the trajectory, right? That is the trajectory, is up. All right, any other stocks or anything you want me to look at today? Anything else? You are becoming portfolio managers. You're managing portfolios. Let's open Tastyworks. Where's my Tastyworks icon? And see if we can see anything else we might want to be in. Remember, Wall Street Bets has me a little bit on the cautious side about selling any calls. I hate calls anyway. Calls are of the devil. And to see so many people get hurt by selling calls in GameStop. What is GameStop doing, by the way? What is it at today? Let's see it. How's our
down.
Down? Jeez, look at that. GameStop. Nobody. Boom. Crazy, y'all. Crazy. Yeah, one guy I know lost $60,000 on GameStop. And he just sold, he sold 4 calls, I think at 115, right? Unbelievable. That ain't us, y'all. That is not going to catch us, right? You don't make those mistakes often, and that's why even on, you know, even on a Goldman Sachs, I mean, I have a call on that one, right? I played it as defense. I had a put originally, but you better believe I will monitor what those son of a guns in Wall Street Bets are doing. You know, if they all of a sudden say, hey, let's attack Goldman Sachs.
After seeing that, I don't know that I'll ever sell a naked call.
You are a smart man. Now, what about in the micros? Would you never do that? So there's something.
Well, I'm still not completely comfortable with micros. I haven't funded my Tasty account yet. So I guess once I see how they move and how it affects my buying power, then maybe, but.
Yeah, and you know, Matt, that's the thing. I'm much more comfortable selling puts. I just am. They're easier to manage. It's where the most risk comes normally, right, from some type of black swan event. But what we do is put ourselves in with a VIX hedge that alleviates some of that concern. So, what happens if the market crashed today? What are we going to do? Is our account going to be down? Yes. But you got to look at those positions to see, are my positions safe? Do I need to move those out? What do I need to do? So, but I'm with you. Look, on a stock or something, man, calls can kill you. I mean, can you imagine you sold four $115, 115 strike calls and you're down $60,000? Mm-mm. Mm-mm. It's crazy. And even the people that are selling
Selling a
puts.
naked put,
Wait a minute.
I
What was
just
that?
think of it as, if it, well, selling a naked put, I just think of it, if it goes down to it, you're buying the dip essentially if you get exercised.
Yeah, yeah. And that's why, you didn't hear about the wheel, people talking about the wheel, 5 or 6 years ago. It's just all of a sudden that's what everybody's trading, right? The wheel. And that's what I've been showing you guys. We've been trading the wheel too on some stocks. You just don't know it because I never take assignment. Rarely would I ever take assignment on something because I'm going to manage my put, the short put that I've sold, and we're going to, move that thing along, roll it out in time, roll it down. We're going to, I'm much, much more comfortable being there even than doing a covered call because, owning 100 shares of the stock, I mean, that takes up some of my capital, right, to do that. But I know people say, "Oh, I want to get a sign." Not me. I'm not anybody that wants to get a sign. Let me open really quick, like. Let's open Tasty Works. Turn my caps lock off. Here we go. Oh man, what are you doing, Tasty? Come on. I was gonna see if there's anything else that we could see. Oh, as I was working on my taxes, though, guys, over the weekend. I mean, you'll think this is neat. I like staying in things that are 1256 contracts because it helps so much on taxes. 60% of, well, for now, don't forget, we got a new administration that doesn't like us having any tax breaks. But for now, 60% on a 1256 contract is long-term capital gains, while the 40% is short term. So it doesn't matter if you own it for a minute, right? You still get 60% lower tax rate on 60% of that gain that you have. So as I was doing it, this is something I forgot. SLV and GLD, the silver and gold that we trade, those are considered 1256 contracts, or at least the way it's reported from our friends at Thinkorswim, TD Ameritrade. And I was like, oh heck, I didn't even remember that. But the majority of what I do is in 1256 contracts, like the micro E-minis, the E-minis, SPX, because you get that wonderful, wonderful little tax break there, which is kind of super cool. But I was going to look and see if there was anything ETF wise on the Thinkorswim, on Tastyworks. Hold on a second. If I can get it signed in here. Let me bring it over here. Come here, baby. Here we go. And then I'll let y'all go for the day. But we're having a good day. Good day. Good way to start out February. Volatility's down a bit. Our options are getting massaged. Our losses we experienced on Friday are coming back. And again, that's what you can't tap out, guys. You can't tap out. You got to look at these things and say, is that position safe? Is this position safe? Is my Goldman Sachs position safe? Oh, heck yeah. Right? Very safe. I don't know if I could, get that any closer to being safe. Come on, Tasty. Why are you taking so long to get up? Well, nonetheless, I don't want to keep y'all while that's coming up, and we're about out of time anyway. So, but keep the questions coming, y'all. You're having good discussion among yourselves in the room, in the Discord room, and keep that up. You guys are doing great, and I'm really proud of how you're coming, how you're realizing that the Green Monster is a wonderful tool, and you're becoming portfolio managers. That's what you are. I don't care if you're $1,000 account or $1 million account. You're managing your portfolio, and that is a skill that's going to last you the rest of your days. So y'all have a good day, and I'll be in and out of the room for the rest of the time. So if you got any questions, just let me know, and I will see y'all tomorrow.